how much of that came down to Luca and just the gravity he creates to open up shots for others?
I don't know. Like his were a lot of them were self-created, so he kind of created his own gravity on those step backs, and to my recollection, hit three really deep ones, and then Hardaway, got going, and a couple of those were self-created as well. And once he caught fire, he became just a big X factor in that game. The basket just probably seemed, three times the size once he got going.
Next we'll go to Tim Reynolds.
Erik, shouldn't there be a rule that a kid who got to practice here forever as a kid shouldn't be allowed to come in and do this to you guys?
Yeah, right. Look, he's a big key to their success. When he plays well and scores, they're really dynamic offensively. And he probably had 3 or 4 really clean looks off. A couple of them I just vividly remember off offensive rebounds, but there are other ones that we were there. We could have maybe gotten a little bit more chest in front to be able to get the contest, but it wasn't like they were just wide open miscue shots. He was shot making tonight. Felt very comfortable. And yes, he's probably as familiar with this floor and these rims and this arena as well as anybody.
Erik, the other thing, win or lose this game, I'm sure your approach would have been, it is what it is, off tomorrow, practice Thursday, and move on to Friday. How much of a challenge is that at this time of year there is no looking back now, it's just whatever comes next? How has this team sort of handled that part of this time of year?
Well, again, we feel, very fortunate that we do have 2 days. I think, a lot of our guys can use that. And then we'll be able to, get together on Thursday also and get some things done. It's not going to be a training camp practice, but if you have an opportunity to get rest, get treatment, and do something to move your team forward, I think the last time we had that, I think it really benefited us all across the board.
Thank you.
All right, next we go to Ira Winderman.
Erik, is it hard for a player like Bam, who's such a supporting player, to try to maybe step up and be a little more in a game like this when there is no Jimmy, there is no Tyler, and obviously Vic is still out? Or is that just not who he is to ask him to, hey, tonight we need 20, 25 from you?
No, he can do whatever you need. I just think the wind got knocked out of our sails by how well that Dallas was playing, and the shot making, the level of shot making, that they were doing in this game. You would have to be really mentally tough and stable to stay the course and weather a few of those storms. And then when we did, we didn't execute offensively, with real trust and precision and purpose. And we had some empty possessions that kind of would refeed their life and shot making.
Thank you.
Next we go to Cooper Moorhead.
Well, you've been pretty clear that, throughout the ups and downs, you've felt pretty good about what the identity of this team is. And you've known kind of what the blueprint is. Does it mean anything that when the defense has given up big nights to the other team, it's generally always kind of looked the same with all the 3 balls?
Yeah, and it's been different in different ways in different games. Today, I think there was a super high level of shot making that Doncic and Hardaway were doing, which is different than some of the other games we've given up. I think the most important thing is, we have to have a 48 commitment of our best version defensively. And then also, we've learned the last several weeks that, it makes sense, but it ties in with your offense. If your offense is efficient, you're executing and getting the shots in your wheelhouse, your defensive balance is better, and the flow of the game is better. We just played poorly tonight, and that's not to take away anything from Dallas. Dallas played extremely well, and I think they forced us into that poor play, and on both ends.
Thank you.
All right, that's it, Coach. Thank you.
Okay.